You've probably seen this meme, and you've probably been confused. How can this be possible? In JavaScript, 0 equals 0 string. This makes sense. The string is turned into a number, 0 equals 0. Then it says 0 equals an empty array. This is a little weird. The empty array is turned into the number 0. Again, 0 equals 0. So if A equals B and A equals C, you would think that B must equal C. But no. 0 string equals an empty array is false. Welcome to JavaScript. Let's figure this out right now. The double equals has some tricky rules. It doesn't always turn things into numbers. When it compares the 0 string to the empty array, it sees a string and an object. The rule is, I have to turn the object into a basic type. To do that, it runs toString on the array. When an empty array becomes a string, it becomes an empty string. So the real question JavaScript is asking is 0 string equals to empty string? And that's why it's false. If you think that's strange, let's look at some other examples. All right, next up, look at this very strange line of code. What do you think this code does? Does it cause an error? No, it will returns banana. Really? Well, that's surprising. Let's look at it step by step. The magic starts right here. See that extra plus sign? In JavaScript, a single plus before a string or other value is the unary plus operator. Its job is to try and convert whatever comes after it into a number. But can you turn the letter A into a number? Nope. JavaScript returns NaN, which stands for not a number. For the rest, it performs string concatenation. Finally, the two lowercase part just converts everything to small letters. Okay, let's try some easy math. What is 0.1 plus 0.2? If you said 0.3, get ready for a surprise. What is that? This happens because computers have trouble with some decimal numbers. It's a common issue in many programming languages. There is even a website called 0.3.com. Here's another tricky one. Is 1 less than 2 less than 3? Yes, this is true. That makes sense. Now, what about 3 greater than 2 greater than 1? This looks like it should be true, too. But in JavaScript, it's false. Why? Because JavaScript works from left to right. First, it solves 3 greater than 2, and the answer to that is true. So the problem becomes true greater than 1. JavaScript then turns true into the number 1. And is 1 greater than 1? No. And that's why it doesn't work. Let's end with a really confusing one. In JavaScript, an empty array is considered truthy. This means that negation of empty array is false. So what is the result of this? Since empty array is like true, and negation of empty array is false, this should be false, right? It's true. How? The abstract equality operator converts both sides to numbers to compare them, and both sides become the number 0 for different reasons. Arrays are truthy, so on the right, the opposite of a truthy value is false, which is then coerced to 0. On the left, however, an empty array is coerced to a number without becoming a Boolean first, and empty arrays are coerced to 0, despite being truthy. So is JavaScript broken? No. It's just trying to be helpful by changing types for you, but sometimes that help is more confusing than useful. If you know any other strange JavaScript facts, share them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more programming surprises. Thanks for watching.